Hey coin collectors, it's DC on the Big D Coin Channel. It's the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent coin from the United States of America. In 1978, they made them at the Philadelphia Mint with no mint mark, at the Denver Mint with the D mint mark, and at the San Francisco Mint with the S mint mark. And your eyes are right. This is a funny looking D on the Denver Mint, and this is a really funny looking S on the San Francisco Mint. And we'll talk about that as we go through these coins. Let's start off with the Philadelphia coin. In 1978, they made 5.6 billion. And you'd think with 5.6 billion, you'd have a chance of getting some good ones, but there are very, very few good-looking Philadelphia Mint coins from 1978, and very, very few high-graded Philadelphia coins from 1978. If you get this up to a Mint State 65, it's worth about $24. If you get up to a Mint State 68, it's worth $7,750. This is a brass coin. It weighs 3.11 grams, has a smooth edge. We get on the back, we see it's the Lincoln Memorial reverse. United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum here. We tip it just the right way, and you can see Lincoln way down in there, sitting on the granite chair inside the Lincoln Memorial. Over here you'll see an F and a G for Frank Gasparo, the engraver of the back of this coin. 1 cent down here. Nowhere on the coin does it say a penny. It only says 1 cent on it. The reason we call them pennies is we got that from Britain when we changed our currency over. We just continue to call them pennies. This coin right here was first engraved by Victor David Brenner, and you see there's a V, a D, and a B there, right above my pointer for Victor David Brenner. This coin was also made at the Denver Mint. NGC rating agency estimates that about 30% or more of the Denver Mint coins have these filled D's on them, maybe even more than that. You notice that this coin is a different color than the other one. This is a red coin, and red is a really preferred collector color to the brown or the red-brown coins, or even these ones here that are like a little bit of yellowish orange. If you can get this in a red and it's in good shape, it's going to be worth much more than a brown penny. We flip this over, we see everything on the back is the same. The more wear you get, the less likely you are to see Lincoln down in there. At the Denver Mint in 1978, they made 4.3 billion of these. At Mint State 65, it's worth about $20. At Mint State 67 Plus, which is the highest they've ever found, it's worth about $1,700. There are some repunched mint marks, but these mint marks were done so badly that sometimes it's really hard to tell if it's been repunched or not. If you're looking for the best versions of these, PCGS says the place to look for them is in unopened coin rolls from 1978. Most of the 1978 coin rolls have already been gone through, but if you have a 1978 coin roll for either Philadelphia or Denver, it's very likely that you're going to get some good quality coins in it if it's an uncirculated, unopened coin roll. And PCGS reports that that's where most of the Mint State 67 coins have come from. This coin was also made at the San Francisco Mint, and you can see the San Francisco Mint coins from 1978, not always the best coins either. This one comes from a proof set. A lot of times we get these from proof sets and the proof set falls apart. You can see it's got spotting all over it. And you can also see that this S is one of those boxy S's, which in some years they call the filled S. But because in 1978 they're all like this, we don't normally call this a filled S, we just call it the S coin from 1978. They made 3.1 million of these. At a Proof 65 Deep Cameo, these are worth $7. At a Proof 70 Deep Cameo, these are worth $4,500. Let's take a look at that back on there and see if the back's any better. No, this coin is pretty much not that great on the front or the back. A little bit of cameo there, but because it's so dirty, not worth much. Now, Canada, our neighbor to the north, also makes pennies, and they made pennies in 1978. You can see this is one of the Queen Elizabeth pennies. This is what they call a brilliant uncirculated version of the coin, and it turns out that Canada, just like the U.S., often the brilliant uncirculated versions are worth much less than the circulated versions. If you can get this Canadian penny, it's going to have the maple leafs on the back. It says 1 cent, the number 1 on top, 1978 Canada. And over here we see a K and a G for George Kruger Gray. If you can get this Canadian penny in a Mint State 67, it's worth $250 plus. If you're looking through old coins, a lot of times you'll come upon these Canadian coins. Always look them up just to get an idea whether they're of any value. I say always keep them around because they're interesting to collect. The Canadian penny actually weighs more than the United States penny. Canadian penny weighs 3.24 grams, and the United States penny from 1978 weighed 3.11 grams. They made 911 million of the Canadian pennies at the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa. All right, so that's all we have today from Big D Coins. If you're looking for these pennies, again, as I said, try to get them from the coin rolls if you can. You will see a lot of mint sets and proof sets are falling apart. So before you buy a proof set or a mint set online, make sure you see a picture and make sure you magnify it up so you don't get a proof set or a mint set that has this kind of stuff on it. Have a great day from Big D Coins. Please subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.